Alrighty, we're here with week 4 of Sandbox, which is pretty exciting stuff. I am going to quickly send over my terrors, so we are good to go. Wait to see what we get from random side. Alright, I'm gonna put those in here. Alrighty, so fire, fairy, grass, ghost, grass, grass. Oh yeah, a lot of terra grass, which is kind of nice. I think I'm going to just stick with the plan of just leading those two, probably with Minfu. Roltz was brought as well, kind of interesting. I'm thinking 4th for game 1 is probably going to just be Oshawott. I think that seems good for the time being. I'm gonna run it through. Alright, so GLHF to Radical. Driftloon Seal on lead is pretty wild. I am still just going to just enact the plan. I am curious on if that is Covert Cloak Seal or not. I'll play it as if it's not for the time being. I will respect the potential will-o-wisp to come out from Driftloon, so I will just go for the crash on the Driftloon and fake out Seal for the time being. Esper is kind of just faster than everything, so that should be fine. Without the Grassy Seed, this should do a fair bit, because it's a sheer force crash coming out here from Sotodle. Alright, and do we see fake out from Sealton? No, we don't. Oh! Potential Trick Room play from Driftloon there, so that's really nice getting that knockout. Because I don't feel like Driftloon should have been slower than us there, unless it was going for said Trick Room. So, and yeah, that's pretty nice there for a start with us. We do have Trick Room on Esper as well to sort of reverse that if it did come up with the Mental Herb as well. So, not a terrible start from us. Here is Tepig. Tepig could be Scarfed. I'm not 100% certain though. The easiest way for me to find out would be to protect and probably just throw out the Terror on the Tepig is grass. I could just throw a Psychic its way, I think. Just gauge things a little bit here. Okay, so no Scarf on the Tepig there. Did take that relatively well. There's a Muddy War coming up there. We do have to protect on the Sotodle. We are Eviolite as well, so we probably can take one of those. Does a bit over half there. There's the Assurance onto the Esper as well. So yeah, a good play there. Getting that knockout there. So what we can do, we can probably look to bluff a fake out play there. Knowing that Sotodle was faster than the Seal, we could... I'm gonna go Minfu here, actually. So what I'm thinking with going Minfu is I could probably look to... potentially throw like a high horsepower and a Swords Dance and get like pretty on the aggressive like in that way. Okay, so that's coming out. Is it Grookey 4th? If it's Grookey 4th, that's nice. This will activate our gem, our seed. Sucks we didn't play that more aggressively than what we would have liked, but it's fine. We do get the seed coming out there on Minfu. Not too sure on the damage that Seal would want to do. It could get a bit nasty, especially if it looks to go for something like a Muddy Water, if it's Specs or something. If it's Specs, Muddy Water would probably hurt a decent bit. Yeah, so that did a bit more than what I would have liked there. But I think we can... So there's no Terra either. Grookey is Terra Fire. I would kind of like to just throw a Crash out. Oh, I'm in a focus as well. So what I can do, I can protect Citotl. And I could just go for, like... maybe a Drain Punch on something, I think. Plus 2 Drain Punch will probably do a decent bit to Grookey. That might be the call. Okay, interesting going for that, because we are in a focus, so Grookey does go down there to the Drain Punch. We're at plus 2. I don't think the Grookey is Eviolite, so I'm not too sure if that mattered or not. If it is, it might have, depending on how, like, bulky it is. We do see another Muddy Water come out here as well, so I have a suspicion that is probably Specs. No Act Drops is really nice for us. And Tepig can protect. Tepig can also Terra. Seal can also Terra. The last two mons to Terra here both can Terra into Grass. But I think with that all still said though, I'm thinking we still just throw out the Tepig. I think still gets Thick Fat. And I think Oshawott fine dealing with it. I'm kind of gonna throw a double into the Seal here. Okay, that's quite bulky, but we should get back straight up to full with that. Not quite to full, but still quite a lot. Big high horsepower there, so Seal barely living on there. Seal's missed a Muddy Water, that's unfortunate. It's double missed, that's really rough. Radical probably won't be too happy about that. And a head smash miss as well, oh my days. So Citotl staying there is just, honestly, it's good for Citotl's just stats overall, but I think with Oshawott in the back, I still think we were looking fine. It's just a very frustrating thing to see in a game like this. So I think we'll just go for... We won't reveal anything, we'll just go for the Drain Punch and the high horsepower again, so... Good KOs there. I'm not tracking KOs, like, mid-game. I'm going to look over the recording and track them all after and post them from there following that. So we do get that, so nice. So that's a pretty solid game one. Yeah, just fairly well played, denying that Trick Room early, getting that fake out up. Meaning there's no Covert Cloak on the Seal. We could probably have a look at running that back again, probably same sort of motif. And see what the adjustment is. I do just we're very much just forced to respect the whisk that comes out there from Drifloon, even if it doesn't go for it. Because it could be faster than Citotl and go for it. And that really hammers Citotl's usefulness. If it's not able to throw out like big hits, it gets pretty rough. All right, so same team there. We'll load up some different music. Oh, go the Blood Moon Beast. That sounds alright. Alright. So that worked fairly well in the game one. I don't see a reason for me to want to adjust off that in game two. I'm not feeling the most use case for Dreepy. I do think I still want to commit Terra to one of the tier 1s. So I think that 4 is still just really solid. It'll probably go down a tree, I reckon. So that's exactly what we'll do. Alright, so running it back into here now. There's the Grookey Drifloon lead. I think play will probably be just the same as it was. I don't see a reason for me to adjust to it. I think it's pretty fine if Trick Room does go up. Because we do have fairly slower guys. Actually, our main slow guy is the Sotodle. But I will go for that fake out, and we will just go... We'll just go for that same Ice Cool Crash on there again. I don't think I saw a Grassy Seed on the Drifloon. Maybe I missed it by being a little careless. That's completely my fault. But yeah, if there wasn't any Grassy Seed, this Crash will do a lot of damage. It will do big damage. And we're built to outspeed Jolly Max Speed Grookey. So we will get the first Faker. Okay, so there is the Terra. It's got the Terra Fairy on the Drifloon. And as I thought, the Drifloon was faster, naturally, than the Sotodle, because we did also Terra. So it was a Trick Room going for Radical there in the game 1. Which is fine, not an issue. Could be looking to throw off, like, maybe a Shadow Ball or something big in that regard onto the Esper. But we do get there, yeah, stopping that fake out, that's exactly what we want. It looked like it's going to go for a Trick Room again. It does live, and it's got the Trick Room up there as well. So, yeah, I don't think it's Grassy Seed. Yeah, so both of them heal there. With no Terror on Grookey, I kind of think I want to... potentially reversing Trick Room and crashing Grookey. I think that's pretty fine. I don't think Esper is going to be threatened. It might not be threatened by a one-shot. In hindsight, just looking back at that. Okay, so the Drifloon switches out. So if the Grookey doesn't glide or anything, that's going to be really good for us. Do we live this? We do. Nice. Okay, so... yeah, that bulk on Esper really paying off there. We put a lot of bulk into the Esper this week, and we get to reverse Trick Room, which is pretty nice. Crit there, I really doubt that matters with Sheer Force. It's just annoying seeing the text has come up as all, generally speaking. But if that Grookey was bulky enough to live a Sheer Force Icicle Crash from Adamant Max to Toddle, without, like, Yachi Berry or anything, look, prompts to you. That's what I'm gonna say. So, Drifloon is back out here now. Terra is gone and everything. I think Drifloon might be in range of a... Shard. So I'm going to Shard, and I'll look at just throwing a Grassy Terrain boosted Energy Ball as well. So yeah, good pick up there from the Sotodle there, just getting that cheeky knockout. So Radical's now seeing all 4 of our moves on Sotodle, but it's not a problem. It's doing exactly what we wanted to do. This will do big damage. Esper probably going to go down here. Yeah, that looks very Eviolite. Unless if it's just so goddamn bulky, it's not even funny. The crit on Esper, honestly fine, it was going down anyway. This allows us to bring in Minfu now, and Minfu can get that Grassy Seed buff. And before the Grassy Terrain goes away. Which is what we do want, depending on what is in the back. It could be Sentret, Tepig, or Ralts. I have a feeling it may be Tepig. It could be Ralts. If it is the case, we can have a look at just going for, like, Protect and, like, knocking off the seal. And putting it in range for some of the other lads in the back. So, we'll gauge it and see what it is. It's Ralts! Interesting. Ralts... Ralts traces the inner focus. So that's interesting. So I think Ralts has, like, no bulk. It probably could be sashed. It could also go for a potential Trick Room as well. So Toddle lives another... hit from Seal. I don't think Ralts has enough to go the distance, so I think I'm gonna cover for Sash. I'm gonna cover for Sash on the Ralts and just go for this here. So Ralts goes down. That's a knockout for Minfu there, and we'll see what item does get knocked off there. Was it the Sash? That's where the Specs is. Okay, so yeah, the Seal is definitely Eviolite. Miss on Minfu, we will definitely take that. Okay, so I am very highly suspicious now that the Seal is the Eviolite, so I'm just gonna simply just knock it off and go for a Protect here. Get a little bit of HP back and throw out some more moves with Sotodle as well. Just weaken it as much as possible with as much big double-ins as we can. Goodbye to your Eviolite, Mr. Seal. And go for the Muddy Water again. Sotodle protects, so it does stay alive that extra turn. Minfu gets hit down. Just to a bit above half. Accuracy drop, bit unfortunate. But I think, all things considered, what I may end up doing... Under the grassy terrain, Seal probably doesn't really have any good physical attacks. So I'm actually going to swap to Oshawott. I'm Covert Cloak, so we're not risking an act drop on switch in here. And I'll just go for the high horsepower, so Toddle will go down. But I do believe that getting our accuracy back with the Eviolite knocked off now, will go places. And if the Seal does want to go for like a Protect or anything, we do have that encore pressure coming out. So there's the Muddy Water there. That's fine, so Toddle goes down, which is not a problem at all there. We should have the game on lock with these last two that we have here. Just simply throwing out just a Drain Punch and, well, in Oshawott's case, a Helping Hand. So, that is good. We shouldn't be dead to any, like, Ice Shard or anything of the sort like that. But we will see how that one goes as we hopefully wrap up the game. There's the Drain Punch there. Okay, perfect. Yeah, nice. Good 2-0 again. We're looking good, so we're feeling, yeah, team's honestly phenomenal. Radical, GG, very rough about a lot of those misses and stuff that happened. It does suck, like, it's really brutal to see it. Yeah, there's not really too much I can say, like, coming from, like, the VGC background, missing moves like that, it really sucks, and it really just puts, like, a hamper on things. But, I think I think we had a lot of good prep, a lot of smart EVs to be able to do what we needed to do, like the bulky Esper, reversing set Trick Room, being Mental Herb to block any sort of like Encore or Taunt or anything, because if it wasn't AV Grookey, it could have been like a Taunt on that second turn. We do have that covered, so yeah, pretty happy about that. We go into Wade week 4, El Flamingo. So he knows a thing or two about me as the person and the squad, because he literally drafted 5 of these Pokemon last season. But he doesn't know what they can do with Terras though. So it'll be exciting. Hopefully him knowing me doesn't put a stop to the roller on.